Okay, this is Focus Group 3, Jess Townsend Atkinson. Okay, so question 1 is, when you think of alternative rock music, what is the first 5 artists that you think of? Or it could be like bands.
Right. Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, Fall Out, like All Time Low.
Yeah.
Panic at the Disco. Were their classes it?
They don't really have a proper genre.
I think
No.
they used to be, but I think they're more going into like
Yeah.
kind of
Electro
indie
pop.
thing going on at the minute.
The old Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But then it's also like, I think Arctic Monkeys is starting to be classed as alternative rock.
Yeah.
I googled that actually about what genre they were, and it said like indie, but also it has like a slash and then alternative rock as well.
Green Day also had an alternate rock phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think My Chemical Romance did as well at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you think of kind of like the genre of alternative rock, like what colours would you think of?
Blacks.
Yeah. Definitely blacks and reds and quite
Yeah.
standout sort of
Yeah.
colours.
With the occasional yellow or something.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
stand something out.
Quite bright.
I found like it's always kind of like a fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's always like reds, oranges, yellows,
Yeah.
and blacks. Yeah. Okay, what kinds of things would you like to see on the front cover of an alternative rock magazine?
Definitely quite unusual sort of like if they use props in the mise en scene, then really quite unusual sort of things.
Yeah.
Like skulls or burns.
Yeah.
Like artists at live gigs and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like to see something about like the instruments they play, because a lot of artists have their like very own like signature instruments, and,
Oh,
like
yeah.
have their own original instruments. Like Jimmy Page has a double neck SG guitar,
Yeah.
or Brian May has his Red Special, which he made with his dad and stuff like that. I just kind of like want to know about this kind of thing. I'd like to see it.
That's cool. So what would you generally expect a person who listens to alternative rock to like look like, kind of like how they dress, what their hair's styled like, how they do their makeup?
I could imagine them being very slightly punky.
Yeah.
Like with the sort of the quite coloured hair and
Yeah.
like the nose piercings and stuff.
Kind of imagine a heavy amount of like black
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like ripped jeans or like really skinny jeans.
Like
And like
dogs.
like docks
Yeah.
and like I don't know, like a shirt, just a casual shirt,
Yeah.
like button
A
up
leather
shirt,
jacket.
and leather jacket.
Yeah, what kinds of no, I think I've got that question twice. Oh no, I haven't. What kinds of things would you expect to see in a rock, like the alternative rock magazine, like gig dates and things like that?
I could imagine seeing sort of a like table or kind of page showing the best gigs of the week.
Yeah.
And then the band's like naming the sort of like
Yeah.
pictures from that.
I was wondering like what you think of what would like go into the main story and things,
Oh.
because no, that was cool as well. I mean, just generally all rounds, but I just thought of this now, like more of, because you look at like front, like the main stories, and they're always a bit different. It's not just straight up talk, like they talk about a specific subject. So would you like to see more of that?
Yeah, I think if they had like a sort of themed main story on different, like obviously different bands would have to be different, but like they'll have a different theme to them rather than being the same old kind of interview all the time.
I kind of like it when some magazines pick one theme and then interview different band members on whether they've experienced this and stuff like that. Like, say if this is alternative rock, there always seems to be quite a high level of people that suffer from depression,
Yeah.
and they will do a theme on that, and then they'll interview loads of band members and see what they think about it.
So if like, what about if like a certain band member had been in prison? Would you like to hear more about that,
Yeah.
like their experiences?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Cool. How often do you think the magazine should be released? And because of that, how much do you think it should cost?
Personally, I think fortnight. I prefer buying things that come out fortnightly
Yeah.
because it's just easier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like monthly because I wouldn't like to
No.
wait that long, and then I'd feel it would be more expensive if it was monthly as well.
Yeah, like fortnightly, and then like £2.50 would be a good price.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so would a free gift or a competition or a poster offered in a magazine encourage you to buy a magazine more often than if it didn't include these things?
Yes.
Poster definitely.
Yeah, I love putting posters everywhere.
But it depends on who the poster would be of.
Yeah.
Like, I think that one's sort of a bit risky because you have like a band that might be really famous, but then you might
Yeah.
lose quite a, because if it's based on that person.
Yeah. See, I think the posters are quite risky as well because it could be you could show the person too many times. So would you
Yeah.
prefer like a free gift or a competition instead, or would you like all of them?
I think the competition idea where you've got a range of like quite a lot of prizes to
Yeah.
possibly win, that's a good idea.
Cool. So that's Focus Group 3 over and done with. Yay.